are back. Here she is. So we've not been down here for a little while with the summer holidays, with the children. We've been away doing all sorts of other bits and pieces. So today we're just going to clean up in the back, make some space, hopefully lift the ballast and prepare the floor for some vac tan treatment, rust converter. That's the plan. Let's see where we get to.
Yeah.
So this is one of the things that I've found when working on a narrowboat, is that it's not very efficient. Like, I like things where you can handle it once, you can move it along. Multiple things you have to handle multiple times. So here's the hubby lifting out the ballast. It's been wet though, hasn't it? And so not only do we have to now lift them out of each kind of bilge area, we've also then got to move them to one side, move them out the hatch, reposition them when they get outside. Yeah, it's an actual nightmare. And it also means things take 5 times longer than they should because you have to move them 5 times. And to be honest, these ones are going to stay because these are those super heavy slimline ones that we're keeping. Alright, so this is how we're looking. So as you can see, all the ballast is now out, all the walls and the ceiling is now stripped and completely bare. However, if I take you out here, yeah, big mess, more mess up this way. Ballast out of this side, which again has had to be stacked so you can still walk past it. So yes, taking its time, but we feel like we're really making some progress now. Mask is on because rust, I'm covered in it already, as you can see. Rust is never fun to be breathing in, and neither are all these little particles. So protection, mind your eyes, mind your airways and your breathing. Always look after yourself. Time to get cracking with this mess. I actually have no doubt in my mind that this is not going to be the last time that I'm sweeping out these bilges, but it makes sense just so that we can get a bit of a clean slate and actually see what we're working with. All I'm doing here is literally just sweeping up all of the loose debris, all the big chunks, like the stuff that's not going to get sucked up the hoover. And then I can actually get to the metal. Yeah, that's a whole chunk of rust there, but that's exactly what I want to expose. So I want to lift up all of this debris, make it into a space where I can actually work, and I can then get to removing the rust, ready for treating the rust, ready for then applying whatever coats I'm going to put over the top to protect the bilges long term. Exactly the same thing with the walls. Before I can get really into treating any of this rust, I've got to remove all of these fibres from that fiberglass insulation that was stuck to the walls. I honestly cannot tell you how awful this stuff is. It literally gets everywhere. You can see it floating about in the air there. So no matter how well protected you are, no matter how well wrapped up you are, you get covered in it. Right then, we made some progress today, so let me just turn you around. So this is where we have gotten up to. So everything is now completely stripped. So although we were going to put some new ballast in, we're going to keep hold of these because they're quite lightweight, slim. I'm not too sure what they actually are, but they are so heavy. So we'll keep hold of them. But next thing is to prep this area of the floor. So that is going to mean some kind of rust converter. We're probably going to vac tan the rusty spots, and then we're going to black it so that when we do put the ballast back down, It's just going to protect that steel a little bit from the damp and the condensation. We're not expecting it to get super wet as a bilge per se, but it would help just to keep that damp and condensation at bay. And because I have my 2 helpers all the way down there is 2 of them, tools in hand, as you can see. I don't have the luxury of stripping the entire boat from end to end, so I'm literally going to put some floor in this area so I can bring a sofa down here and then strip that whilst having the kids somewhere to sit. So yeah. Yes, there's still lots of work to do at this end.
I was watching that.
As you can see, all of this is going to have to come out. But yeah, floor first down there. Let's get that prepped next and see what happens. So I think that will definitely do for today. Definitely made some good progress. We have done more than we thought we would have or wanted to do today. Because we've not been down for a while, we just thought we'd come down, see where it was up to. Couldn't quite remember what was next. But having cleared out that whole back end is definitely major progress. So on with the floor next. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow if I can get hold of some Vactan or rust converter or something. And yeah, we'll go from there.